to get what I want, to reach what I need. Part of my soul wants to race through the skies, to get what I want, to reach what I need. On the top of the mountain, my troubles so small, I reach so high to embrace it all. On the top of the mountain, my troubles so small, I reach so high. Embrace it all, embrace it all.
My sweet home, my heart, my sweet home, I long for you. Golden waves flowing stillness, resting stars in tinting brilliance, basking in their divine radiance. My sweet home, my heart, my sweet home, I long for you. My yearning boats are gliding along.
Om Shanti. Good morning, all of you, and very warm welcome to this session again. I hope the day has been passed so well, and this morning will bring so much of new learnings, new experiences, and new things as a spiritual learnings to grow. Before I begin the session, Just want to confirm, am I audible clearly? Could
Yes,
everyone
sister.
confirm? Thank you, sister. Thank you, Sister Meera. Okay. So I hope you must have remembered the homework was given to you yesterday, and I had requested all of you to share your experiences in the chat box as much possible. So I want to know before I begin the session, have all of you taken some initiative to do your homeworks? Have you tried it out? Sister Renu, yes, good morning. So I want more participants to participate so that I will also feel connect, and that encourages me to to give you more easy homeworks and explanation, and we all be on the same page. Would really appreciate if you participate in this and answer me. Yes, felt better by making God as Father, Sister Meera. Oh, great. This exercise is very important, and why I did say to write it, because, you know, our mind is in such a way that whenever you write something, whether it is good or bad, you imprint some thoughts deep down, and that impacts your brain. There is mind has different work. Consciousness, one is active consciousness, and another is subtle subconsciousness, which is called. So when you write something, it imprints on your mind, and when you write a good and positive things, it goes down subconsciously. So when you sleep, or when you in semi consciousness, that thought really works, and that is how it encourages you, empowers you in subtle way. A very, you know a remembrance came into my mind, just to share that. Somebody said to me, whenever I wake up, sister, I feel more like sleeping again. 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes, I do not feel like that completeness to be slept, and then okay, that I'm fresh now. Why it happens? And that person was actually asking me, how many hours do you sleep? So the reason why it happens and makes us feel more to sleep and sleep, because the body has taken rest. But what about the mind? How our mind will get that rest? While I'm explaining that, I want other people, our other brothers and sisters, to please answer, and please tell me, how was your experience? Have you done it or not? Or have you just tried anything, what all you have done yesterday, in yesterday's homework? So in the meanwhile, I'm just telling you this short experience. I want you guys to please, you people to please, answer me. Yeah, can I get that? Yeah, I'm waiting, Alka sister. Yes, yes, thank you. Please do that while I'm just, sharing that short story. So, so the reason why it happens, why do somebody or why anyone feels like sleeping and more and more and more, because the body has taken rest, but mind did not. Because subconsciously, whatever you do through the day, it imprints into your subconscious mind. And when you sleep, that gets active. And that is why you tend to see that the same kind of dreams comes in your in your dreams while you sleep. So if the quality of the thought will be negative, you again have the same pattern of thoughts, and your dreams will be, mix of positive or negative, or more of negative, or full of fear, depends how one is thinking throughout the day. So it is very, very important then, what goes into your subconscious mind, you need to focus on that. And hence I feel like, or one feel like sleeping more, because mind has not taken rest, because the food for the mind, for the soul, is the real nature, is peace, love, happiness, truth, purity. And if mind, because mind is the participant of the soul, so if mind will not get that, it will again, feel tired. And if mind feel tired, it will feel like sleeping more, isn't it? And that is the reason we feel like, being so lethargic in the morning time, where we should be, more active and energetic, but we do not feel that. This is the one reason. And I want you to please try and experiment in your life, and you will find the change in you. You'll have your own experience, and you will feel that yes, this is truly correct, truly right. Okay. Yes. Surya Kala. Didi, nowadays I'm getting too much tension, but I won't be like this. Why? Will answer your question, but subtle way, in short, in brief, I want to tell you, Sister Surya Kala, because tension is what? It is the pressure of some thoughts which you do not want to happen. Some expectations are not being fulfilled, and that is pressurizing your mind. Yeah. So when what you want is happens, then you're okay. But you cannot rely people or the world to behave the way you want. It won't happen. That doesn't mean that you let yourself to be pulled away with the situation and behavior with the people around. So you need to be independent. What is the real independence? The real independence, people think that, independency is I should do what I want, what I like. I should say what I want. I should wear what I want. I should eat what I want. That is something that people think is independency. But the real independency is just to ask yourself, is my happiness is independent? Is my peace is independent? What will you say? Yes or no? Is it been affected by people's behavior? Is it been affected by someone's action or the situation? Then unfortunately we are not independent. My happiness is solely dependent on people's action and words. It's like, I have your remote control. When you watch a television, a TV, then TV has that remote control. So whatever the picture or the program you want to watch, you just press that channel or button, and then the same kind of uh, video or serial come up. So if somebody say good for you, somebody praise you, and you be happy, and somebody curses you or criticize you and you've been sad, then is it independency? No, it's not. So independent is like to be real independent of my own happiness. My happiness shouldn't be distracted or been affected by people's action, words, and behavior. That is the real independency. That is the real peace. It's not like somebody said something to me and my peace of mind is just gone. Throughout the day I've been like toggling with the too much of thoughts and tension, and just thinking why he said this, like that. So it is not really being so independent in my own life, and I'm giving my own remote control to so many people, sometimes uh, family members and sometimes strangers as well. We go to the market and or any other place, or even the traffic, somebody uh, uh, you know override me or done something which I really don't like, and I said, oh, why did you do that? And look at that person, it is his mistake. Whatever is his mistake even, but is it right that his mistake is overruling me, and I'm being frustrated and I started showing my anger? Yeah. So, what is the real independence? Is it real independence? So, I need to understand this. This is why the meditation comes into the picture. Spirituality is to spiritually grow. Let yourself be independent of any situation. Otherwise, today some this person, or other day some other person, people will keep coming in your life and doing whatever they want. Can you stop somebody to not to behave the way you want? Is it possible to manage the world as per you? Is it possible? No, it is not. So I need to understand this. I need to more of accept this. The more you accept and then act accordingly. Here, the spirituality comes as in communicating with the self. I need to have some time to talk to myself, self counseling. Meditation, it is another way wherein we go inward, and it's a journey within. I talk to myself, okay, this. Take out some time and talking to yourself, making, programming your mind accordingly. I am not a body. He might have said anything to the body, but I'm not body, am I? He might have said something that my action is not really correct, but I'm not action. I can change my action if it is really not good, right? So I need to realize myself who we are. Just a second. I want to show up these pictures. Just give me a second. So this is to understand that who we are. So far, we have kept thinking about myself as a body with the name, with some of the, you know, nationality, religion, name. And this is we need to go beyond to this. We'll do some of the revision what we have done in past 2 3 days, so that we can, I mean, I be really assured with you really understood whatever we have discussed. I do not want to go so fastly, and I really want you to really answer to me whether the speed of the sessions are okay. Is it all okay for you to understand and grasp it? Otherwise, there is no point to going on, and you're not able to implementing that in your life. So This is what it is. So just to look at this pictures and hmm, so we are a soul, we are a consciousness, we are not matter, we are not made up of this five elements. The true self of me is I am a soul. I am an energy which can travel beyond all the five elements. It has that power. It has that power to go beyond the all five elements. So we have that strength to be the because we are embodiment of all purity, we are embodiment of love, we are embodiment of peace. Yeah. So I am somebody who can change situation. I am an independent being. So bring that independency in your life. Say yourself, talk to yourself that I am independent from what is happening. And then we have discussed about the difference of body and soul and few things about when you describe yourself as an introduction. You tell about your name, you tell about your form, your parents, family members' name, your father and mother, who they are, your residence, where you live as a body, your date of birth, of occupation, qualification. These are the few things that you talk about yourself. But beyond this, we are not actually that. We are a human being. So this is my true quality. If you look at the screen, here, these are the true qualities of mine as a soul. So understanding myself, accepting myself as as a being of pure, pure being. I am a loveful, happyful, powerful, knowledgeful being, and bringing that qualities in action is actually the implementing the first step of spirituality. Okay, so these are few things that we need to understand, that knowledge is something which is beyond the doubts. We should have faith but not the blind faith. The waste thoughts, what is called purity. So purity is not only celibacy, but it is more of removal of all the waste thoughts which runs in the mind. That is called uh, purity. Love is yes, love is a strength wherein any action that you do is been done selflessly is called real love. So whenever you have, somebody says you feel more of tension or fear. So whenever you want these things to be removed from your life, you need to replace the thoughts with one positive. Is like when you have to, make your light, room lighten up. You do not try to get the darkness out from your room. Instead, you just turn the light on it, and the darkness automatically goes out, right? So the same way, if you replace the negative thoughts with a positive, then automatically it fill your life with the positivity. And another example is when you go to the market, you do not make a list of what you do not really not need to buy. Instead, you make a list of what you really want to buy, isn't it? So think about what you want. Don't think what you don't want. Okay. So it's a very simple way to be positive. Yeah, I will give you a few tips as well that how you can be positive. They are very simple three steps. Okay, one is say is loss is always less. Anything happened in your life, right? Because the mind works in a way, whatever give thoughts to your mind, intellect and mind, it will help you to make your actions and destiny accordingly. So when you say, okay, when you always look at that what wrong happened, you always feel pity and hurt. But when you think and when you make a list of what if this something worse could happen, when you think that way, that okay, loss is less. Always our elders and parents, grandmother always used to tell us, and even nowadays, whatever happens, think loss, this loss is less, something more could happen. Just imagine, recently we have had this uh, Air India, one of the airplane crashed, right? People could think this something really has wrong happened maybe, but the other positive side is that pilot has saved 170 people, even devoting his own life. So there is always a positive side. Loss is less. We definitely have lost somebody, but the loss is only of 1 or 2%, or maybe three or four. But we have, they have saved 170 people. So loss is less again. So always think that way. Whatever happened in the life, always look at the positive side, because the loss is less. And this is how you can tend to be more positive in your life. Because even thinking about, let's say something wrong has happened, and if you're thinking about that, why happened, why this happened, it's not bringing that whatever back in your life. So understanding that fact and then act accordingly is important, because mind is like a horse. Howsoever you give it, it will take you towards any direction. So you need to manage it. You need to have a control on your horses, on your intellect, right? And that is how you can reach to the destination quite well. Okay, so this is it. Can you just a second? Okay. All right. So that is what we need to really focus on. I see here few people have written their experiences. We do get affected with the people reaction. No, not this what I wanted. I have asked you to share your bit experience about what you have done as homework yesterday. I am looking here that people are asking the question. We will do the question answer session for sure. Yesterday I felt God as my mother, and really I was able to experience His unconditional love for me. Wow, that's really nice, Brother Taj. And I feel so. I just want to ask you, have this feeling boosted you to experiment this more? Yes or no? Yesterday I felt this is no, this is the same thing. Am I audible for everyone?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. I want you, Sister Chetna, if you can just pause the screen sharing for now, and I'll just to move on with the next. Or should I just close it? Yes, yes. Okay. All right. So here we go. Now today we'll talk about karma philosophy, and also I will talk about steps of meditation and how to meditate. I've told you so far, meditation is the way, it's a process of understanding, experimenting, and experiencing. Meditation is being in the awareness of self or our true qualities. So, yes. So, how much you are being into your own qualities, that's how you feel it more. So, the first step, whenever you want to meditate, you need to be physically relaxed. You need to sit properly, as in uh, the body, the physical body needs to be in relaxed mode. This is called sitting meditation. There are different stages and the few steps that I will discuss so that you can bring that in your life and experiment it. So the firstly, what we do is making our physical body sitting into in such a posture that my body will not create any kind of distraction, right? So it needs to be sitting in a way that I feel comfortable. Also, you need to give your mind a thought that you are a peaceful being. Soul, the nature is peace, love, truth, happiness, and purity. So, giving your mind the thought that I am a peaceful being, I am a loveful being, is something that you are trying to tell your mind and bringing it to your own center from any outside world and the thought. You are taking in that and neutralizing the thought and trying to focus on yourself. I am a soul. I'm different from this body. So when you say to yourself that you are a soul, not the body, your mind actually, get into the mode of the real self. And this is how it's emerging its own qualities, right? So this is the very first step. It does not mean that whenever you need to meditate, you need to sit it. I mean, sit somewhere and then do it. No, it's like you need to just sum up the thoughts and then just try and utilize it so that your mind will be in relaxed mode, and you will have some of the experience of sitting meditation. It will help you to slow down your thoughts. Okay, so let's do 1 minute meditation. I will same way give you the thoughts and just try it out. This is the very simple method that you need to practice it 1 minute for a minute through the day, anytime you want. Okay? So sit properly, sit relax, and say to your mind, I am a soul, an imperishable entity. My body is perishable. Body has limitations, but mind, me as a soul, I can travel beyond all limitations. There is no boundaries. Sitting at one place, I can travel across the world beyond sky, the five elements. That is who am I? That is my real identity. I am a child of God. Point to flight. As like Him, I am peaceful being. I am loveful being. Om Shanti. Now, this is the thought that I'm giving to my mind, just to stabilizing my mind. This is the way to meditate, just to slow down your thoughts, just to give the direction to your thoughts. Now, the second is bringing or expressing that natural qualities through your action. That is called karam yoga, right? We are human beings. We cannot just sit for an hour or an hour. We have to work. We have to be into the life and the social life. But when you bring these thoughts of your true qualities, memorizing it, emerging and reacting with these thoughts in action, that is called karam yoga, right? And that is how you build up a better relationship with the people around and the world. Just to focusing on what really you are and coming into action that way, that is how it actually helps you to make your karma or your action better. So, this is the next step of meditation, right? So, when you talk to yourself, you need to say to yourself again and again and again. Why I am saying this? Because we have an habit of not doing this. We have, this habit is so, inbuilt in us that we tend to blame people. We tend to question, make the fingers like this, that you. And we always find and try to, make people blameworthy for anything happening to me or, for the situation. Instead, accepting the fact of, or taking the charge of what is happening to me is because of me. Here, the karma philosophy comes into the picture. And also, believing the fact and accepting in a way is the second tips to be positive in your life is karma philosophy, right? This is very, very important. And then only you'll go further to connect with the divine. Divine is like a magnet. And when you have the layer of rust, you'll never connect with the magnet. A rusty iron never connect with a magnet, can it? Is it possible? No. Even if you keep them together, like just like this, even it will not attract each other. So it is very, very important to remove our rust. And how the rust will remove? Just by bringing that, emerging that real self in your action. And this is very, very, very important. Please underline this in your notebook. This is very, very important if you really want to connect with the divine and want to get that kind of bond with him. Many people say, we cover all the sessions, every meditation things, and everything is undone. But then still the question, I am not able to meditate. I'm not able to meditate. I am not feeling that connection. The reason is here, these are the loopholes. This needs to be filled. And that is in the beginning phase, it is very, very important. Yeah. So just focus on this. And that is why I'm giving you every day some homework to do. I'm not expecting from you to do it completely. I do not want 100% results. I know that. I have also experimented in my own life. So I know what challenges comes, what all kind of hurdle, disturbs you. But then still, where there is a will, there is always a way. If anyone wants to win or being successful, they have to be effortful. Every step needs to be taken to reach to the destination, to the final uh, step or the final destination. So here, these all are very, very important. Yeah. So this is the second way. This is called Karam Yoga. Okay. Now, thirdly, I need to connect with the divine. Now, how to connect with the divine? I've told you yesterday to build up a relationship. Yeah. So when you try to live that uh, with him as a relative, whether father, mother, friend, companion, God is the very good companion, I must say. And that is the utmost feeling I personally have had with him. So when you try and build up that relationship with him, you feel that responses from him, and this is very subtle. How much you're experimenting in your own life, you'll have your own experiences. So just try to talk to him, and you will get the responses. Now, how would you get the response? So he can make anyone for you a medium to tell his response. In the beginning phase, you might not automatically understand his responses. Maybe I become a medium for you, or maybe because the later on we'll have some spiritual more classes, the advanced classes, which we call Murli. What it is, we'll discuss that later. But the highest being teachings, that is how you get his responses towards you. What should you do, what you shouldn't do? Same like when your own children talk to you, and you also respond to them to do something or to not to do something. Yeah. So the same way God also responds us. So this is the third step. To connect to divine is to feel his own, his qualities, and bring that in you. When you start being peaceful, you feel that he is nurturing you. Like you have the experience already, that you're feeling peaceful, you're feeling better. That is what it is a symptom, it is the sign that yes, you are connected, you're feeling connected with that divine. And yes, this is a slow process. Slowly and gradually it will enhances day by day by day. 5%, 10%, 15%, 16%, and so on and so forth. So this will be, you will have this experience slowly, slowly, it will increase. So this is the steps that you need to enhance in you, how much you are obeying him as a father, how much you being trustworthy as a friend, how you being obedient as a student and teacher. So what kind of relationship you're building up with God? Let's say a parent says or teacher says to do something, and as a child or as a student, I'm not obeying. I'm just, you know, listening from this and then letting it out go. So, that bond will not grow. To grow any relationship, what is required? You tell me. To grow any relationship, how a person become friend to best friend. How you must have somebody as your best friend in your life. You tell me how a person has become a friend to best friend. How that journey from friend to best friend has been taken. Can I expect an answer? I'm looking at the chat box. Let's see. Share feelings with a friend. Is it only sharing? That is really good. Yes, to share with the feelings. But is it only sharing the feelings, accepting as he or she is? Yes. Have trust and faith in each other. Sharing trust by trusting on him. True, that's very true. Any more acceptance? Yes, Sister Nutama. Very true. Any more? Abhishek brother accepting as he or she is. Yes, it is. Trusting on him. Any more? Is only 5 or 6 people listening to me? Non-judgmental. Believe. How many people are here? We have 25 people. That's really nice, and I believe here few more. If I want to get my son married, should I ask God or does he know? Well, this is something we'll discuss in this question answer session, Sister Jyoti. I want you to please wait for some time. I will come back on this. But now I'm asking you the journey from friend to best friend, how it's been covered. Yes, answers which all you have given is truly correct, but I just want to add few things more here. And I must say that you must have felt this in your life as well. When somebody does what you want, that is when your your feelings it goes towards that person. You feel like, yes, that trust, that love. Somebody says, he or she loves you, would you accept unless his action tells you that yes, he loves you or she loves you? So it is more of the action, not just words. When somebody does what you want, is that real love? Isn't it? And that is how and why your relations grows. That bond, that strong connection is built up, isn't it? True. Keeping in constant touch, yes. Unconditional love, very true. Yes. So that is why it is important to do. If I want to grow that relationship with the God, if I want that strong bond with God, then I need to do what God wants. Have you heard the philosophy of saying work is worship? Yeah? Yes, no. People say there is a saying in the world, work is worship. But what kind of work is worship? It's just waking up, doing day to day life work. Is that work is worship? But the work which is something good, good for others, for myself and myself, is worship. Something which is for the benefit of the society, for myself, you know, it is called work is worship. Any action which is full of love, devotion, there shouldn't be any uh, kind of ego or clashes or greed, something like that. So when you have such actions, then you feel like, yes, work is worship. So if you are doing such action, then automatically you are getting closer to God, not just going and chanting uh, some words or God some mantras, but then it is more of action based. I am not against worshipping and doing such kind of. If you really feel like doing that, please do. There is nothing wrong in worshipping idolships, or following any kind of customs. No, nothing wrong. But is only doing that and not bringing that in action is not really justified. It's not really taking you to the near to the God. So it is balance. Everything has to be balanced. Life has to be balanced enough. It shouldn't be like this. So, okay. So Abhishek brother is asking to explain more kind of actions. So, okay. So if somebody, let's say for an example, people say that I've been hurt. So when you hurt and you do not try to respond with your own qualities, you're a helpful person, and somebody did not reacted the way you have done. So you feel, disrespected maybe, or hurt, or in pain. Then you're like, why do I do that? He never understand me. He always does what he wants. So instead, let me be the something, and also react the way he did with me. Which is called tit for tat, right? So instead, if you understand your own quality and believe the fact of action and reaction, because what you are doing is what is been told by God. See, will God tell you to do something wrong? Wrong as in negative, being full of anger, or being anxious, or being egoistic. So any action which is filled with such thoughts and bringing that in action is not something God's version. So if you do any action which is loveful, peaceful, and for the helpful way, for the good way, for the betterment of the people and yourself, that is called uh, the right action. Let's say somebody is disrespecting me, and I felt hurt, and I also reacted and triggered some of the words which can trigger the other person, and I feel good, okay, but this is not God wanted. Will this be accepted by Supreme Father? Let's take another example. Your child, you have your own child, and uh, you asked your child, and you have trained your child to say thank you to people. Yeah. And your child does that, but somehow people is being rude with him, and you're telling to be rude again. If your child will be rude, would you like that action? Now some question comes, So let the person being, people will overrule him, or it happens with us as well. So let something to happen accordingly. No. So there is a margin, there is a point where you need to be assertive. What to do? You need to be in your own consciousness, and also let the person to not to overrule you. By being negative, you cannot say somebody to be positive. You cannot uh, make somebody realize that is negative. It can only be possible by being into the positive attitude. So yes, it is not really okay to be rude, but it needs to be assertive. Sometimes you see that it is required to be official, like this is it. But at the same time, you need to be understanding the mindset of the person, how he has reacted, why he has reacted such way, right? Then you'll get that power, and this power, because in that point in time you'll not really be able to let yourself being such strong and not to react in that time. But to be able to do that, you need to first uh, make yourself that much strong enough. And this requires, and this been been done by the practice of meditation. Raj Yoga helps us to be that strong enough to to become like that, right? So this is the steps that if you meditate, you will get that power in you, and you will be able to, you'll become to that level that you'll be able to help people around and the world, because you become so much of independent of not situation to overrule you. And that is how your strength let the people affect, your influence been influenced by the people. You'll not be really influenced by people, rather you will influence people. Okay, so that is what it is. And the karma, and the third way, the third tip that I need to give you about being positive is to understand, if any situation is not giving you the benefits, there must be a future advantage. Firstly, we have talked loss is less. Secondly, karma philosophy. And third is future advantage. If anything that you have desired of is not happened, then trust, that keep that faith, something better has to happen. Everyone has some experience. I'm sure you also have kind of experience that sometime you might have thought, or you have expected something to happen, and it didn't happen. And that time you're in hurt probably, and not feeling really good, like why it has happened. But later on you realize that it's better that has happened that time, because that really helped you to grow differently. Do you have any experience such? I will give one of the example like that. Do you want me, or do you want and I or will you give any kind of such example? I would rather be happy to listen from you, or else I will of course give the example. Sometimes you see the people are, when we were student or teenager, if the marks does not come as per the expectation, you feel so hurt. Why it has happened, and why didn't I get it. But that less mark helped me to practice, or to be more dedicated towards my studies maybe, or to enhance my strength to be more active and punctual and being dedicated for any kind of you know you know field that you are looking to be grown up. So if that failure never come in your have come in the life, you never have grown up to be more active and been punctual, something about that. So if the punctuality has come, if that failure has brought that punctuality in your life, that is the great success I believe that one has got, isn't it? Yes or no? So every situation, if it is not happening as per me, it definitely have some future advantage. I remember my own incident. I used to be very lethargic person, I must say, very careless in my childhood when I was in school. But when I was in class 10, and this is something that's really, really true and real, when I was in class 10, because I have, many, in fact, almost of my classmates was taking tuition extra classes for examination, because when you are quite young, then whatever things goes around, you feel by, what will happen. And that pressure of, being nervous to get more marks as what you expect from you. So I was thinking it will not be possible, because every student of my classmates are taking tuition classes and everything, and I am not doing anything. So what I did is I started. Uh, I made my daily schedule for studies, and as I said, I was very lethargic person and have a tendency to procrastinating things. कल कर लेंगे, बाद में. But then I remember like how I studied, and that brought that uh, you know being management, being really managed for the studies. I've learned how to manage time, because I was comparing myself with others, because they were taking extra classes and getting kind of support, but I had no support. So I started supporting myself. I became independent, and that thing, take that letharginess from my life. I started waking up early, practicing the lessons more, and there's so many other incidents as well. So this is the one of the one that I shared with you. So that time, if this situation hasn't happened, I remember one more incident I want to tell you. When I was as an aeronautical engineer, so the first license paper I had given, I've been failed in that with just one mark. So we had the pass mark of 80 marks, and I got 79. And I remember I've never had faced any kind of failure. I know what how I was broken, and no words from any of my faculty or anyone is not actually relaxing for me. And then I, because a few of my classmates, they have cleared that paper and I did not. So it is more of not only my failure, it is their success which is triggering me and giving me more hurt. So then I started studying, and each and everything that I did. And then later on, I saw that change in me, and that change still continues in me, to not to being just okay with something, is to take the charge each and everything, and being attentive towards that. Yes, this is what I have to do. And then later on, I I got something appreciation by the people, by my seniors, my instructor, and then yes. So what I meant to say is sometimes we do not get what I want. I did not get I wanted that time. I did not pass, but that failure, you know, took me to some other stage, which was very very important that time to bring and to make myself a better version of me. So I believe this happens to everyone, and just not to be disheartened with the situation, like why this has happened, and and yes, I believe it happens with everyone, and you must have some experiences as well as mine. Yeah. So life goes on. We need to be positive because this is what I want. What you are thinking, saying, doing is what you are inviting in your life. This is very, very important. And this is what the power of spirituality. Now I think the time is over for the session. I hope this was helpful. We have not much conducted so much of topics, but this was very important solely to understand the meditation part. And I hope this was cleared to all of you. If not, then you can ask the question. Any of the topics so far is covered and not really been cleared, any of you, you can write into the chat box, and we will. I mean, I will try to get all those covered and try to be more clear if something is not really been clear to you to get this better. Yeah. Thank you, Sister Mira. Now, let's begin with the question answer session. And anyone has any question, we can just
Sister,
start with that.
first
Just
5 minutes meditation, Niharika, Ben, then we will
okay.
start.
Yes, yes, of course. So I'm going to play some music, and I will give you thoughts again, just to be on that. Give me a second. Can you all see the background noise, the music?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's sit into the relaxing mode. Just relax your all body organs and your mind. Sit quietly. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Look at yourself as a point. I am a soul, an energy in this body. I am a master driver of this body. I am a peaceful, loveful, and independent being. Peace, love, happiness, truth, purity. This is my nature. I am a powerful being. I am not an ordinary person. I'm God's child. God, who is the highest being, the highest source of all the positive attributes. I am His child. As like God, I am positive source for others. Pure being. Yes. Leave this body, this house for a while and go to our real home with my mind. I am leaving this physical world. I, the soul, going up above the sky, and I reached the sixth element Brahma, the world of peace, the world of silence. The vibration is so energetic. I'm getting that energy of power, the positive power, filling me. All thoughts, my mind are stabilizing. I become more content and relaxed. With this experience of peace and love, I'm coming back to the physical world and in my action. I come back to this body and sitting again in the middle of the forehead in this body. Now, look at yourself coming in the actions. Just imagine yourself. How do you wake up every day after waking up? With all things I do, be a detached observer. Look at your own actions. See what all you do. Aim like a observer. Just check your feelings, how people are behaving with you and how you are feeling. Now the situation is all same, but I'm bringing the consciousness of me as real. Now I am bringing this experience of peace and love and feeling of independence. I am a powerful, independent being. Situation is still same. People are still behaving the same. Same words. But now my thoughts, my actions are changing because I am an independent being. Now check your feelings. How are you feeling? What is the change in the feeling? I'm feeling more relaxed, lightened. This feeling I will try and bring in my action today. But this determined thought, I am energizing myself in Shanti. In Shanti. I hope you have experienced that. Were you able to connect with that? Whatever the guidance, the thoughts I was giving, were you able to visualize it and connect with the feeling? Yes?
Vivid.
Yes. Thank you, Sister Renu. Thank you, Taj Bhai. Yes. In the beginning, I saw the bullock carts, many souls sitting. Okay. That's good. Like karma. So, this is how we need to meditate every day, and you have gradually better experiences. Not fully, but sure, I felt better. That's a beginning, obviously, sister. It depends person to person. One could have a different experience than others, so it's a journey, and obviously everyone's journey will be different. So just try in experimenting that, you will definitely get some point and you will be satisfied after a while. So let's begin with the question answer round, and I'm open now with any kind of question you have. And I have with Sister Shruti with me. Hello, Sister Shruti. Shruti, Om Shanti. How are you? Hello? Am I audible? How can I interpret it? No. Yes. Do you have any question, any of you? You can unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
See? Om Shanti.
Sister, I have a question from many years.
Yes.
When we say that every soul takes birth or some soul doesn't take rebirth.
Are you asking, is every soul take birth or not?
No, not every soul takes birth, no? Some remains in this realm also, like.
No, no, it's not like that. Every soul has to take birth.
Okay, when every soul takes birth, then how come the population increases? When every soul which leaves this earth takes birth, so how is the population increasing? Where is the this increase in population? These souls, where are this coming from?
Okay. So, sister, we have this lesson which we haven't touched so far, and we will cover that. You will get your answer in that. But in short, I just want to tell you one thing: we all are energies. Every soul, when we say soul, is an energy, and energy has saying a definition: neither be created nor be destroyed. It only transforms. So if it is a human being, it has to take birth. We have the lesson of births and rebirths, a cycle, and we will cover that. And I'm sure you will get your question cleared in that day. We will come on to that topic very soon. So may I request you to please wait for a few more days, and you will get your answer. And if you still have any question, then it will be easier for me to explain that time, because I have to give you more, background on that, which is not possible now. Yeah. Thank
And I feel that if the questions will be asked, if related to the course, related to the sessions which I've already completed, that will be more better, because in
you. Yes.
afterwards you will get an answers, I feel.
Yes, of course. So, if anything that is covered so far, if you have any question on that, it will be easier. You can ask the question. If it is something related which we'll cover on the next topic, coming topics, I will rather tell you. So, I believe everyone does not understand whether it is connected with the topic or not. So, whatever question you have, you can ask. But if it is anything connected with the upcoming topics, I will tell you. As this was something related to the upcoming topic. So please wait for some time, sister. We will answer that. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more?
No questions.
No questions. Is it clear or all clear? You know, in my studies, whenever
Thank you.
we had any teacher used to ask the question, and when we did not had any questions, so to say, is it clear or is just all clear, like bounced everything. So whenever everything bounces, then you don't have any question actually. So I feel this is not the case, otherwise there is no point. Clear, sister. Okay, thank you. So
Hello.
yes, we have one question. I would like to thank you, brother Abhishek, because today evening, I was disturbed due to heavy work pressure, and suddenly I opened you video recording for that day, and you said there if you are not implementing your speciality, then where is your existence? So I got motivated. Maybe I was seeking help from God, so I came to know today that God may reach up to us through any medium, either you or someone. So I want to thank you. Oh, thank you so much, brother. Yes, this is very, very important because, I just remember one story that there is a person who was, drawing in the river, and he was seeking for the help and asking God to help him. And God sent somebody and told him to take his hand out so that he can pull him out and help him. Then he's like, no, God will help me, I will not take my hand outside the river. And then he remembered somebody, and then he did not actually took his hand out, so nobody could help him, and he just drawn in the river. So that is what is very important. You have to do some action, because God helps them who help themselves, right? So very,
God
very important. So very
and
well said. Yeah.
through medium only, no, Niharika sister. That is
Yes.
most important.
Yeah. So if God has sent somebody to pull you out of the river, then you have to take your hands out. So that is what the using the your own speciality, and you will get benefited and feel the connect of God. So same way I get all my question answered through BK Sivani Didi's videos. I was feeling how I connect to her so easily. Got my reply through her video. So I would like to thank her too. Oh, we thank you so much. You're all welcome. And yes, thank you.
So I
Any
want,
other question?
yes, I want to ask,
Yes. Who
suppose
is it? Can you please tell your name so
Dr.
that I...
Alka Bide. I am
Yes,
Dr.
Sister Alka. Yes.
First time I come and I would like to ask, actually,
Hmm.
my neighbor
Sister
accused me,
Alka, your voice is not really clear.
of something which I had
Okay.
not done, and my family people said, just be quiet, he's a very bad person, doesn't think reasonably. So I kept quiet for 1 month, but I was very upset. So I wrote him a letter, a very polite letter, that you cannot accuse me of something which I have not done. But that has gone into my head and thinking about it all the time. But according to your lecture, you say you should not talk bad, you should not insult it. I have not insulted it. But very polite way I have written a letter, but I have not done it, and you should not accuse me of this. Now what should I do?
Um, Sister, firstly, your voice was not really audible to me. I just tried to understand what you said. So
Okay,
please tell me if I've understood you correctly. Did you
okay,
say one of your neighbor abused you, and you felt hurt by that, but you did not reacted aggressively, rather you politely written some
yes,
letter to him,
yes.
and and then I really didn't hear.
Because now that thought is troubling me, that why did I be so polite? I should have been little rough with him.
Okay, so the same as the brother Abhishek Ray said, this is your speciality. Being polite is not a weakness. Being, have you seen, somebody who's very, you know, straight? And have you seen that tree, the palm tree is
Yeah,
always being so straight, but whenever that tide comes, it that is the time when it gets break down.
yeah, yes,
So the grass never breaks with, no matter how the tide and storm is. It always remains because it's so flexible.
yes.
So the same way, if you are polite and positive, this is your speciality.
Hmm.
If you use it, be satisfied with that, because this is what you who you are,
Okay.
right? And this is what, because God, due to which God can love you.
Hmm.
That is speciality which take you towards God. And if you're being rude, same like him, or being abusive, same like him, then what is the difference between that person and you?
Yes.
So just say to your mind, to yourself, you are better because you have that quality.
Okay.
And then the other thing as well, if somebody who always already has a broken leg, or any, as you are a doctor,
Yeah.
so you can connect with it. If somebody who's already in pain, or he has any kind of problem, do you really want to hurt that person and break another leg, or you will rather heal that person?
Yes.
What would you do?
Heal that person.
Yes. So when you forgive that person, you are actually healing him. And
Okay.
when you're thinking wrong or negative, and then thinking, why did I do that? Because he is already in pain, or being under some pressure. But
Mhm.
here, that feeling of being like God, or as I said in the beginning, work is worship. So here the action of uh, being forgiving is actually work like worship, is
Okay.
something which God likes. And if you do that with your true feelings and true heart, this is what really been liked by God, and you very easily can get closer to God. And this is what I feel the best thing that one can have. So think that way, because that person is already is like a beggar, or maybe that person is in pain already. So
Okay.
here we require to give mercy, not that bitterness. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
At
so
first,
much.
You're welcome. Yes, please, sister.
actually, we are giving mercy to ourselves only. Actually, we are not giving mercy to others. Because I told earlier also ki if you give mercy to others, like if you are thinking continuously bad about others, then obviously it will pain your head. It will means
True.
sugar will increase.
Rebound. Yes.
Yeah, your sugar level will going to increase, your BP will increase, not
Yes.
others. If their BP and sugar will increase, then you start thinking bad for others. No, but you are increasing yourself, yours only. So what is the good point in that? So
Very
start
well
thinking.
said.
Earlier what I used to do is when somebody used to shout on me or something like that, then what I start used to start thinking that, oh my god, how is he's increasing his blood pressure, how he's increasing his sugar levels, oh my god, he's damaging himself, means I and I
Worse.
used and from inside I used to laugh, but I used to
Yes.
control myself that I should not laugh because
Yeah. So Sister Shruti has a very good example, like on medical background, the same something that you can connect with. So I
Yes.
hope you got your answer, Sister Alka.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Any other question? Do we have any question? Any other? May I request all of you to, if possible, it's not something that you have to do, but I have one more question. Let's first take that. So somebody is saying that, I'm not sure this need to be discussed here. I'm trying to understand in this. As a kind to help someone by giving something as a healer, the way be okay, words for entire society. I think somebody has some question. I will not take the name, as some wanted to keep it private. But do you want to be discussed here, or do you want to get this answer like privately, as you said? Yes or no? Can you just write it that, so that I will take it here? Otherwise, I will answer you personally. Okay. All right. No problem. Then I will answer you personally as you have requested for. So let's now, if nobody has any question, we can end up the session today. We'll connect tomorrow. Okay. Om Shanti. All of you have a great day. And yes, today's homework is very important. I do not want to miss that. So today, as we have discussed about meditation, the steps of meditation, and the more importantly, being independent. So, the three tips I have given you for being positive, I want to try that out. And by using that, I want you to gain the experience of being independent, no matter how and what the situation goes around. But your peace and happiness should be independent. So try and practice this. And another request to all of you, when you connect to the session on your phone in the chat box, please write your experience. I would really love to read those experiences, because that makes me feel that yes, you are getting something and implementing that, and we all are on the same page, and we are good to go further for next topics. Because if until this is not being implemented, there is no point in moving forward. So my urge to all of you, a request and humble request to all of you, please try it out. And I am looking for the responses and experiences. Okay, have a great day, and thank you for being connected. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you.